Okay, this is really cool. So I got Lillian Bridges' book on face reading, and at the start here, there's a couple paragraphs I want to read to you. Your face is an intriguing combination of genetic structure, environmental influence, and markings caused by repetitive expressions, right? So if you're constantly mopey like your everything's down like this, more like mini up like this, right? Um, it shows the world who you are, how you have felt, and what you are likely to feel again. It also shows what you have done and potentially where you can go. Isn't that cool? That's a lot to read in a very small area. How do you begin to read it? So she's talking about her grandmother saying that her favorite saying was, from birth until the age of 25, you have the face that your mother gave you. From 25 to 50, you create your own face. I'm in the creation of my own face right now. It's super cool. It's fun. And from 50 on, you have the face that you deserve. Wrinkles are earned throughout life. I'm not opposed to getting Botox or some shit, whatever you want to do. However, wrinkles aren't necessarily a bad thing. I think if you have crow's feet, from what I remember, it means that you're like very approachable and friendly and you've done well in life and XYZ. So getting rid of those really is a detriment in my eyes, but that's just me. She hastened to add that even after 50 years, you can still change your face. I've said this before, but anybody who's had dental appliances, you have changed the shape of your face, okay? Because what you do, the hard palate of your mouth is connected to the skull bones around, right? Said that so scientifically, but anyways, so if you're like me and you have crowded teeth and you get an expander, it widens your hard palate. Everybody's capable of doing this. You're capable of doing it with appliances, without appliances, surgery, without surgery, all that jazz, okay? As you widen that out, you'll change the structure of your cheeks and your jaw, maybe your nose, your eyes, typically just here down, but it does shift the face shape when you have dental appliances, okay? Most people believe that their face is primarily inherited, and hereditary does play a very important role in creating the structure of the face. If you look at everybody in your family around you, you'll likely have similar features or structures. But even identical twins are not completely identical. And although people resemble their relatives, they have a unique combination of traits to work with. It's just like you have siblings, you grew up in the same household, but you have different life experiences, different memories, different perceptions of how your life was. It's very much the same thing. Life experience is so important that it marks your face with what has happened, and it becomes a virtual roadmap of where you have been and how you have lived. But what accounts for people starting to look more alike the longer they stay married, or even stranger, people who start looking like their dogs. That's in 101 Dalmatians, remember? They're in the park and they're watching people, and the dog that has like long shavy hair and a long pointed nose, they show that in the woman with long hair that's covering her eyes and a pointed nose and a long trench coat. It's realistic, as funny as that may seem. Simply put, the longer you live with someone, the more emotions and expressions you share, typically. These expressions change the markings on your face, and you end up living more often on the same emotional wavelength. You obviously have more control over what is on your face than ever thought was possible. How do your features change? When she first started practicing face reading, she had no idea how people could change their face on purpose or even unconsciously. So even with a hypnosis session, if we shift something subconsciously, you'll see a result on your face, just like emotional releases. You can see a result on people's faces, or within their body, you'll see them relax and redness will shift out of their face, something like that, right? Over the years, she's seen eyebrows get thicker and finer, noses get fatter and skinnier, and cheekbones, chins, and jaws grow. She's come to the conclusion that the face is really like a hologram. What a cool way to think of a face. A three-dimensional projection of our inner selves. It has led her to theorize that what is most important about the changing face is the growth of the individual's spirit. I love this. I think this is phenomenal. Essence or soul. In fact, our genetics are a framework of existence, and our life experiences are a test of character with our soul's awakening as the reward. Ooh, I just think that sounds so great. It's kind of like genetics and epigenetics. Sure, you're born with certain genetics, but epigenetics is environment over genetics, right? And how that can impact you, how being in certain environments will click on certain diseases or click them off, right? Again, like I say, your mind has a positive aspect or negative aspect or influence against your body. Like anybody who gets diagnosed with cancer and they're told they're going to die in 6 months, even if it's not a metastatic terminal kind of thing, it depends on their frame mind. If they've got a lot of support, they have a positive mindset about the treatment or how they're going to deal with it, and that the cancer isn't going to last, they can completely get rid of the cancer and go in full remission without any medical intervention. However, somebody could get that news and they could go into a full tailspin and depression, and it could get progressively worse and worse and worse, and then the result will occur that what the doctor said, right? So I just thought it was super cool to think of the face as a holographic projection, and that the roadmap and really defines your essence and your spirit, and you can see it on the face. I just think that's so cool.